you have a sports psychologist. So this means that training is not just physical, it's also mental.
Definitely.
How important is the mental aspect, or your calls? Are they regular? Actually, the first time I ever parang was aware of sports psychology and how it's used in this day was when I was watching Ted Lasso. It's a series about a soccer team, and they have a sports psychologist who they would see regularly. So I never really thought it was a huge deal until I watched the series. But so, like, for you, how important is it? Is it something you always had, or is it like just a luxury for athletes who can afford to have a sports psychologist?
Well, I never won a major championship until 2019. And coincidentally, I worked with a psychologist in 2019. So if that doesn't show how important it is to have a psychologist or sports psychologist, especially, it's kind of different. In the field of sport, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of things going on, and it's easier to have someone from the outside to see it. And my psychologist does that for me. And I really like the way she approaches things, that I need to be a human first before to be an athlete. So that's why she's a clinical psychologist as well, and a sports psychologist. She works on the human side of me to be able to be the best athlete that I can be. When it comes to these elite levels, like in the highest level of competition, there are, I would say, techniques that you can use that are, it might be physical, that affects the way you think or the way you carry yourself or the way you approach the game, or just even your routine. And all of these fall under psychology. And to be honest, when it comes to competition, you've done all the work that you can physically. It's just the mind and the body needs to be in sync, and that's more in the mind. So I would say, preparation wise, it's 90% body, then maybe 10% mentally. When it comes to competitions, it is 90% brain and just your mentality of how you approach a game, and 10% is how fit you are.
Because parang kumbaga naka-autopilot na yung katawan mo. It's really just your mind controlling it all.
True.
Do you have like a mantra or something you recite or say to yourself right before you take off for each jump?
Not really, but I have this thing that I always think about when I take a jump. When I've done the work, this is my time to show it. I've done the work. I deserve this. I've killed myself in training. I deserve to jump this bar. That's my way of saying, to calm myself down and kind of pull my nerves. That's a secret. Now it's out. So, but anyway, I'm just kidding. But it is my thought process. So when I'm not well prepared, it's hard for me to keep performing the way I perform, because I pull both my physical and mental strength into that, knowing that I have given everything that I can to be the best EJ Obiena at that day.
I'm curious,